Good morning, first grade friends, and welcome to another whole group reading lesson. We are starting week 2 of Unit 6 this week, and we're on day 1, so let's get started. Here are some of the words that we did last week in our lessons. So let's go ahead and read these. We're going to start on the top row, go from left to right, and then from top to bottom. Ready? Let's start with the top one. Ready? Answer, brought. Next row, busy, door, enough. Next row down, eyes, fruity, loose. And the last row, flute, truth. Here is our new sound spelling card for the week. This is our straw card. What is the name of the card? Straw. Very good. The sound that it stands for is ah. What sound is it? Ah, very good. And the spellings that we have, let's say these together. They're all in that yellow box. Ready? A, A-W, A-U, A-U-G-H, A-L. Here are some words that use our sound spellings for that ah sound. So let's go ahead and read these together. We're going to start on the top row with the word spelled S-A-W. Ready? Saw, small, haul, taught. Next row down. Walk, fall, paw, fault. And the last row. Talk, claw, caught, maul. Good reading, friends. Here are our sight words. Again, go ahead and do any movement type that you would like while we spell out these sight words. Let's read this word first. What is this word? That's right, it's brother. Very good. Let's spell it. B-R-O-T-H-E-R. Brother. And let's read the sentence. My brother and I like to play with toys. Here's our next word. What is this one? Father. Very good. Let's spell it. F-A-T-H-E-R. Father. And the sentence. My father likes to cook things on the grill. Next word. Friend. Very good. You guys knew that one. Let's spell it. F-R-I-E-N-D. Friend. And let's read that sentence. I like to spend time with my friend when I can. What is this word? Love. Very good. Let's spell it. L-O-V-E. Love. And let's read the sentence. I love to eat mac and cheese. And if you didn't know that about Miss J, you definitely do now. What is this word? Mother. Very good. Ready? M-O-T-H-E-R. Mother. And the sentence? My mother likes to spend time with me. And what is this word? Very good. The word is picture. Let's spell it. P-I-C-T-U-R-E. Picture. And the sentence, I have a picture of my family at my house. Here are some words from our story for today. So just like last week, we are going to have more than one story this week. However, this week, we don't have as many as we did last week. So let's start with that top word, going from left to right, top to bottom, reading these together. Ready? Because, awful, fault. Next row down. Ball, crawl, pause. And the last row. Paw, haul. Good reading. Give yourself a high five. That was awesome. Here are our phrases from our story for today. We are going to start on the left-hand side with the phrase that starts with the word when, going from top to bottom. Then we'll move over to the right side and start with the phrase that begins with because, and again, go from top to bottom. So let's go over to that phrase that starts with when, and we're going to read these together. Ready? When Paul plays. Next one down. Lou felt awful. Next one down. He hurt his jaw. Next one down. It is my fault. Going over to the right side. Ready? Because he chewed. Next one down. To crawl a bit. Next one. Paul hurt his paw. Next one down. Woof, barked Paul. Go ahead and look at that top sentence for me. I want you to try to read it to yourself for a couple of seconds. All right, let's read this together. Ready? He had to pause so that he would not bawl. Now that is not spelled the same way that we spell ball as in something we play with. This version of bawl means cry, like really hard cry. Let's look at the bottom sentence this time. All right, let's read it together. Once he hurt his jaw because he chewed a hard toy. Good reading. Here comes our story. We're going to start with the title, which is Paul's Paw, and read all the way to the bottom. So let's start at that title. Ready? You guys can do this. Sit up nice and tall. Deep breath in. Let it out. Ready to read. And let's go. Paul's Paw. Lou had a dog named Paul. When Paul plays, he can hurt himself. Once, he hurt his jaw because he chewed a hard toy. Today, Paul hurt his paw. Lou had to call his mother, father, and brother to come and help. Then, Dad put Paul in his car and hauled him to the vet. The vet saw Paul's paw and said, I think Paul's paw will be fine, but he may have to crawl a bit. Lou felt awful. He had to pause so that he would not bawl. Lou said, Paul is my best friend. I love him. It is my fault that he got hurt. The vet said, No, Lou. Paul is a super dog, but dogs get hurt. At least he does not have the flu. They took Paul home to get some rest. Lou drew a picture of the vet in a blue suit. Lou said, I think that vet is a cool gal. Woof, barked Paul with a grin. Lou could tell that Paul was on the mend. Lou hugged his big dog friend. Give yourself a high five because that was definitely not a short story. Good job, friends. We are going to talk about possessive pronouns this week. So last week, we talked about just pronouns, which were words that take the place of nouns. So I, you, he, she, it, they, we. Those were pronouns. Now we are going to talk about possessive pronouns. Those are words that take the place of nouns that show ownership. It shows who or what owns something. So let's look through some of these sentences and you'll see that the possessive pronouns are underlined. Let's start at the top. My house is white. Which word is underlined? My. Very good. Whose house is it? Mine. It's my house. So that's the possessive pronoun. Let's try the next one. His coat is too small. Which word is underlined? His. Very good. So that's our possessive pronoun. Whose coat? His coat. Next sentence. The dog sleeps in its bed. Whose bed does the dog sleep in? Its bed. Very good. Let's go to the next one. They put their spelling tests in the basket. Whose spelling test? Their spelling tests. Very good. Let's go to the next one down. Your mother just called. Whose mother? Your mother. Very good. Next sentence. Julie lost her tooth. Whose tooth? Her tooth. Very good. That is our possessive pronoun. And the last one. Gran stayed at our house. Whose house? Our house. So our is our possessive pronoun there. So let's look through some of these sentences and see if we can find the possessive pronouns. So the top sentence says, the school has its own pool. Whose pool? Its pool. And what does it stand for? The school. Very good. So the school owns the pool. So it's its pool. And if you notice, this version of its does not have that apostrophe. When we do possessive pronouns, we don't use the apostrophe. Next sentence, ready? Miss Dawson helped me with my math. Whose math? My math. Very good. So our possessive pronoun is my. Awesome job. Look at the next one. Susie likes her new skirt. Whose skirt? Her skirt. Very good. So her is our possessive pronoun. And let's look at this last sentence. Jack left his flute on the lawn. Whose flute? His flute. His is our possessive pronoun. You guys are amazing. Give yourself a high five again. That is the end of our whole group reading lesson. You are awesome readers, and I can't wait to join you for another whole group reading lesson tomorrow. Keep reading, friends.